Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the Caddy Cash Show for the conference championships in the NFL playoffs. Heading into the playoffs, Jeff Cadillac needed to go 6-5 against the spread in order to cash. After the first two rounds, he now stands at 2-6 against the spread in the playoffs. Jeff is officially eliminated from cashing on the year. Right now, he stands exactly at 50-50 against the spread. Jeff Cadillac, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you for having me, Peter.
All right, Jeff, we were hoping you could do it 6-5 against the spread. Couldn't even make it to the conference championships, Jeff Cadillac.
Well, Peter, let's recap a little bit about what happened last week there.
All right.
Sir, first of all, in the first game, a couple of mistakes on the Patriots side. Darrelle Revis called for a phantom interference.
Sure.
Ball goes down the field. Hey, touchdown. I had New England over there. They won by 4. The spread was 7. Okay, I lost by 3.
Yeah.
Green Bay. The spread is like 6. Hey, they get that 2-point conversion. We're not even having this conversation. You know what I mean?
That's true. But if they call the catch with Des Bryant, which should have been a catch, we're having a much worse conversation.
Maybe, maybe not.
No,
but
maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Non-catch. But I got to tell you this. The 2 wins that I've had each week, those were my best bets of the week, baby. On Twitter, I'm 14-5. Hey, if somebody's doing better than that, please let me know.
All right.
Okay?
No. Yeah.
14-5. Seattle, I loved last week. Everybody was shocked about the Indianapolis game. I mean, Manning, his injury was worse than first reported. If you have a healthy Manning, he makes all those passes,
sure.
And here I am, at least 2-2 this week instead of 1-3.
But you yourself said that Manning was looking kind of iffy, and in fact, your analysis of the game made some people like the Colts based on what you had to say. But you picked Denver.
That's right, and you know why? Because
I do know why. Because you do not like Andrew Luck. But I got to tell you something. He's come through in 2 games in a row now in the playoffs.
It's true. That is true. He's made me look pretty stupid this playoff season. You know that? He made me look pretty bad. Yeah. I got to tell you, he's playing well. But you know what? This week, the buck stops here.
Right. Okay. Well, listen, Jeff Cadillac from jeffcadillac.com. You're 50-50 exactly on the year right now. And that's still, a lot of people, the reason we had this show at the start of the year is because people said this guy's a great auto fade. I'm going to fade him and make money. You predicted from the beginning that anyone who faded you would lose money, and that did come to pass.
Well, to tell you the truth, Peter, I picked 5 games a week for this show. Looking back, there are certain games that I should have put in the 5, and I should have discounted, certain games from those 5, taking them out. If I only did 1 game a week, I'd be, posting my 74% on Twitter. There's guys that only do 2 games a week, even in the real world. And
sure.
To them, I say to guys who pick the whole schedule, those are the guys that that I compete against. Not the guys who cherry pick the games, call themselves handicappers that pick maybe 1 or 2 games every week.
No. I mean, this is a betting advice show. So it's like, you want to give advice. That's if people follow it, they wind up making money. And if you give 1 pick a week that wins, they make money. If you give 5 picks a week that wind up 50-50, they lose, The
reason why I say that, Peter, is because I've been getting some comments about certain people saying certain things. And I'm just saying that when you pick the whole schedule, it's obvious that you can't go 13-3 every week. Mm-hmm. And even if you did go 13-3, there would still be people that are getting on you for why'd you lose those 3 games.
I hear you.
So those are the people I'm really addressing this to. Not the other handicappers or anything. Hey, look, I don't, you never, crap where you eat, and more power to you.
I do. I crap where I eat. Anyway, listen, so what are you saying here? Are you saying that you give advice here, but that people shouldn't expect anything better than 50-50 from you because you're picking 5 games a week?
What you want to do is pick and choose the games that feel good for you. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're playing the whole schedule, you got some gambling problems, I got to tell you.
Okay.
If you're picking and choosing certain games that you like, especially my best bet of the week on Twitter, hey, you're doing, you know, you're playing with the house's money.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. The answer to the question posed by this show right now officially is no. Can Caddy Cat? Or well, we won't say no. We'll say not this year. We'll say not this year. Maybe next year. And we'll say just in this show, not on Twitter. On Twitter, yes, I guess so. Sure, but I have nothing to do with Twitter. I have to do this show. I made the show. We made the title. The answer is no in this show. But all right. So we got 2 conference championship games here. Do you think that you are going to be able to give us some winning advice on these 2 games, Jeff?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Peter, I'm going to give you 2 winners out of 2 games this week, and everybody's going to say, you know what? Hey, Jeff was on the right side.
Oh, maybe they will. You know, in the end, on this week, these 2 games, maybe people will look back and say, you know what? Jeff was on the right side. Jeff was fucking on the right side in those 2 games. All right, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Just in honor of your 50-50 record right now, exactly 50-50 in our videos, I'm going to flip a coin to go against you right here. I have a Costa Rican 500 colones coin here. It is a little bit of a dickhead move, but we got to get ratings somehow. You know what I mean? If you were picking 55 or 60%, that's where we'd get the ratings. But at 50%, I got to do something to keep the interest going. So you're going to make your picks. I'm going to flip a coin, and those are going to be my counter picks for these 2 games. All right, Jeff Cadillac, jeffcadillac.com, and at jeffcadillac1 Twitter. Green Bay, Seattle. Right now, Seattle -1.5, and the total is 46.5 or 47.
Well, I got to tell you something. Last week, I loved the Seattle Seahawks. But this week, there's a couple of things that kind of, I'm a little worried. Max Unger, he's looking good for this game. Thank God. The center, he protects Russell Wilson at all costs. I like that. Paul Richardson, unfortunately, he's out with an Achilles, injury. They didn't say if it's a tear. He's out for the rest of the season. He's another target of Russell Wilson. That gives me a little bit of concern. But my biggest concern on the Seattle defense is Byron Maxwell. Byron Maxwell went out of that game last week against Carolina, even though everybody knows I loved Seattle last week and they covered nicely, and I even predicted a defensive touchdown. With Byron Maxwell out last week, the guy who came in after him got torched. And that is a concern for me because Aaron Rodgers, either he has one leg or no legs, he's going to be looking for the weak link in that defense. And the weak link right there is Byron Maxwell's replacement. If Byron Maxwell is not on the field, I feel a little concerned for Seattle right now in their defense. There are weak links also in Green Bay's secondary, which Russell Wilson is smart enough to pick apart. Because Russell Wilson, he'll scramble for a few yards and he'll wait and see or whatever, and bam, all of a sudden he finds that open guy. But I like Seattle at home here. I'm hoping Byron Maxwell makes it back to the game for the championship game. I like what I see right now. Rodgers is injured. We all know that. We saw that against Dallas last week. Now Seattle they're gonna tear him one on this one because the Seattle run defense is better than Dallas's run defense. And Seattle is going to try to take advantage and hit Aaron Rodgers as many times as they possibly can because he's only standing on one leg. I like Seattle at home. I like laying the points. I'm praying Byron Maxwell makes it back for this game. Take Seattle, lay the points. They're going to the Super Bowl.
All right, Seattle -7. And now we'll see what the coin says. Numbers are the home team. Flip it. Up. Green Bay +7.5. Green Bay +7.5 is what the coin says. All right, next game. Indianapolis, New England. New England -6.5 or 7, total 53.5.
I like New England at home, and I'll tell you why. New England played Indianapolis in the week 11 at Indianapolis. Both teams were healthy at the time. Guy by the name of Jonas Gray, who hasn't shown up since. He ran for over 200 yards against Indianapolis. Andrew Luck against New England is 0-3 straight up and against the spread in his short career. They think they got a chance against New England. I don't think so here. Indianapolis also has the 18th rated run defense in the NFL. If New England wants to win this game, 14 yards rushing is not going to cut it. They were lucky against Baltimore. They were able to come back. Unfortunately, they didn't cover the game. They should have never got behind as much as they did. Andrew Luck, maybe I'm feeling better about Andrew Luck, but New England is going to the Super Bowl. New England's got to run the ball. They got LeGarrette Blount. They got Bolden. They got Jonas Gray. Run the ball, baby, and spread that offense out. I like New England at home, lay the points.
All right, well, -7 is the most common widely available line, but also there are some 6.5s there. So we will give you New England -6.5 for the purposes of these videos. And now for the flip of the coin. The numbers are the home team. Oh, New England -6.5 is what the coin says. All right, Jeff Cadillac. Well, excellent analysis. Great show as always. Thanks so much. Good luck this week, and we'll talk to you again next week for the Super Bowl.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.